Yo, welcome back to the MMA Short Show. As always, your boy, Steven Moustaris. And man, UFC 303 this weekend, I've already talked about how just crazy this Alex Pereira run has been, how amazing that fight with Yuri Prochazka might be. You know, just how I didn't think anybody after Conor McGregor backed out, I didn't think anybody could step up and even come close to replacing it without fans going nuts and being mad and all these things. And I mean, not a single person's complaining about Alex Pereira versus Yuri Prochazka. Like, I am looking forward to this fight. But, you know, the only fight that seems like it hasn't been canceled or flopped around or changed at all on UFC 303 is Ian Garry and Michael Venum Page, which I'm hyped for. This is one of those ones that, I mean, we all got to be honest here. Sometimes when we expect one of the greatest, striking matches of all time, it becomes an absolute snooze fest, and everybody's like, man, who won that fight? It's boring. Oh, they're just them standing and just, fainting all night, which this fight very well could be. But man, I don't know what it is. I've been such a fan from Michael Venum Page forever. As somebody who likes kickboxing and Muay Thai so much and has trained it, like, when you see the pros do it at such a high level, like something just goes to you and just rubs you the right way. And you're like, yep, that's that guy right there. I like his style. And that's been Michael Venum Page forever. Not only the flashiness and whatnot, I know that's why most people love him. The spinning wheel kicks, the flying knees, all the wild stuff. But his range control is one of my favorite things I've ever seen. And, as somebody who's 5'9", who's never really had a massive reach advantage or a height advantage, when I see them guys like John Jones and Michael Venum Page and these guys that use their reach so perfectly, yeah, man, it's one of the most beautiful things that you can see. And Ian Garry's really good at that as well, but nobody's Michael Venum Page style. Like, Wonder Boy had that for a little bit just because he could have that nasty sidekick that always kept people away, but he doesn't have the height or reach that Michael Venum Page does. And the way that this man could be 10 feet from you, and then all of a sudden he's lunging at you within seconds and just putting you down because you had no idea he was going to be there. And when you look at the tape back, he's only taking one step. It looks like an average punch. It's insane, the reach and the amount of ground that this man can make up for within just split seconds, and he's amazing at it. His setups are phenomenal. And this is my favorite thing about this fight, though, I feel like there's a lot of people out there that don't know Michael Venum Page and just think he's some old guy that, is chinny just because we've seen him get knocked out by Lima, who, if you guys are going to sit there and talk anything about any Douglas Lima, like, Douglas Lima is top tier. That man easily could have been in the UFC, competing and even winning. I know, like, at that time when he knocked out Michael Venum Page, he belonged in the UFC. I still stand on that, but when it comes to Ian Garry, this is perfect chance for this man. This is his chance right here. It would have been cool for him to kind of get that, Irish rub, I guess, from, Conor being on this card. But we've been talking about forever. Ian Machado McGregor over here. Like, this dude has been trying to be Conor forever. And I think it does it well to get him kind of away from somebody who's going to talk trash the entire time and bring up his wife and all these weird things he's been going through. Michael Venum Page is super respectful. So this is all going to come down to just the performance inside the octagon. And the reason I'm leaning Michael Venum Page, man, is I love Ian Garry a lot. Like, I like his style. I like him inside the octagon a lot. I think he's a great fighter. Just the one thing that kind of gets me, like, he gets hit quite a bit. We've seen him get dropped. We've seen him kind of get lackadaisical in there. And if you do that at all against Michael Venum Page, it might be night. And the only other thing that scares me is, Ian Garry has been saying that he's going to beat him. He's going to beat MVP at his own game. Like, come on, man. Nobody's beating MVP at their own game. But if Ian Garry does do that, or if Ian Garry does go out there and knock out Michael Venum Page, which he has all the chance to do it, I mean, my goodness, it's off to the races for either one of these guys. I think the highest stake this weekend outside of Alex Pereira and Yuri Prochazka, especially Yuri more so, because if Yuri loses on a 2-week notice his second time to Alex, like, there's not going to be a third fight. This might be your last crack at light heavyweight unless Alex moves up. So you never know. And especially with Alex, he could lose his belt within 2 weeks or a week and a half notice. So, I mean, always stakes are higher with championship on the line. But Ian Garry and MVP, this is the chance. MVP wanted to be in the UFC forever to prove how good he is. Ian Garry's been talking about he's the phenom. He's the chosen one. He's the one. Like, this is an amazing fight, and I can't wait for it. I think somebody's going to sleep. I hope it's not one of them little, snooze fests that comes into a split decision just because nobody threw anything. And I think only one person threw 10 strikes the first round. And then the next guy, I think, led the round with only 9 strikes. And the third round's one of them ones where they throw maybe 20, but to land. Like, I don't want to see that at all, but I think this has a chance. And both guys know that they got to go out there and make a splash. Like, if Ian Garry gets this win, goes out there and knocks out MVP, shuts up all the talk, shuts up all the criticism of him, and, oh, your wife, you're a cuck, you're all these weird things. Like, this man can prove it all, shut it all down, and MVP can just continue to show why he's the man. He's got a perfect chance here against Ian Garry to prove, like, hey, I'm top tier here, man. I'm top tier striker. Nobody's going to touch me. If you think you're going to throw me up against the fence, good luck, buddy. I got it all ready. I got a whole game plan on the fence, which we've seen time after time, because guess what? This is what everybody does against MVP. Ever since he's been cracking skulls against Cyborg and stuff years and years and years ago, people know they want to take him down. So this man is very smart, and he knows what he's going to do. And I just think it's MVP's time, man. I don't care if he's 36, 37, 38. I don't care how young Ian Garry is. Like, I think this is MVP's time, and I think this could be a huge chance for MVP. If he goes out there and he's the first one to beat Ian Garry or knocks him out, the haters out there are going to love MVP. And I'm just excited to see, man. I'm really excited for this fight. No favorite in this fight whatsoever. I'm just excited to sit back and just enjoy it. Like, this is one of them weird cards where I don't really have a favorite on the card, so I can just sit here and really enjoy it. So, as always, your boy, Stephen Moustaris. And y'all let me know who y'all think's going to win, man. I wouldn't be shocked at Ian Garry, but MVP, man, he's just something special to me. I've always thought this. And until I see this man go to sleep multiple times in a row by people in the UFC, I'm going to be a firm believer in him. So, as always, your boy, Stephen Moustaris. Let's go, baby.